long time before trial starts, like long gap before trial actually starts. Is that,
you mean this case?
For this particular case, is that normal, given that the nature of the case and the discrepancy involved?
Well, normally it is us who ask for the delay because we are taken by surprise. But you will note, it is a prosecution who asks for delay of 1 month for a mere mention. And as I've said, and I'm very serious about this, you will not realize the seriousness of what I said this morning until you become an accused person. If you are an accused person or your loved one become an accused person, you will suddenly remember me and say, well, Tan Sri Shafee said the right thing because it hits you right in the nose. If you don't have documents given to you to see the detailed allegation, how are you going to defend yourself? In civil proceeding, you exchange pleading, you exchange documents. For months and months, you exchange, you do interrogation, you do discovery, all that. Why? Because you want to know what is the other's case, and the other want to know what is your case. So everything is thrashed out. Can you imagine that is civil, just pure money judgment. But when your life is at stake, you can be hanged, you can be sent to 20 years imprisonment, you can be sent to 10 years imprisonment. The Attorney General today said, well, there is a provision 51A. We are only supposed to give you before the trial. But he doesn't understand, before the trial means reasonably before the trial. But the Interpretation Act says, whenever time is not given, you act as speedily as possible. Not, in 1 week's trial you give it to me. What am I going to do? Well, I have to ask for adjournment. So, I told you today this morning, when I went to Brisbane defending Tan Sri Muhammad Taib, it is a country we all were scared because we thought it is anti-Asian. They call it a redneck country. It is not. When I went there, when Muhammad Taib was charged, the very day he was charged, the DPP came with the IO and gave me a stack of this much paper and said, this is the paper that we have got to introduce and we will prove the case through this. On the same day. Now, when they charged my client today, you would have thought, you must be ready. After all, Tan Sri Gani Patail and his gang said, well, we were ready in 2015 July. If you're ready in 2015 July, how come you're not ready today? And why did it take so long to charge? So it tells you something else, that the attempt to so-called charge him in 2015 was a little suspicious, if it is true. If it is true that there was an attempt to charge him.